that's us up to game number 82, our second session of Season 5 of our Wrath of the Immortals build up to bad stuff happening.
Previously, D&D.
So, last session we had 3 award ceremonies, one for Dimitri, which I think Playman was happy he missed. Then
Yes.
there was one for Bradshaw, which I believe Plummer was happy he missed.
Double yes.
And then there was one for a gnome which he hasn't met yet, which he might actually be disappointed he missed because the gnome is quite sarcastic as well as paladin, so he might actually get quite well with the gnome in the end.
I don't think he will, but I certainly will. Can you hear me, Mark?
I can hear you clearly.
Cool. Yeah. No worries.
Just moving things around so they're on the right screen.
No worries.
Okay. Trying to keep the travel music to about the same as the truck noise. So, today I'll get David to introduce himself.
Hello, I'm David. I play Plummet Gorinov, the great Ethangarian horse warrior. General undefeated champion of the world. Never been beaten once in single combat. All-round good guy.
Well, if the opponent's not around to tell the tale, then of course he was never defeated.
Look, if I was never defeated, then I was never defeated.
Yeah,
If the opponent died during the combat, then I was not defeated. I'm not saying that I won, I'm saying I wasn't defeated.
I love the technicalities on that one.
Well, that's why Plummet Gorinov is the undefeated one-on-one champion of the world. And hopes he never gets challenged by literally anyone other than he chooses.
And then at the table today we have Debbie.
Yes, hi, I'm Debbie. My character is a gnome paladin called Kigner Ret Ikoram Bertat, or the stupid can call me Kig. I'm highly intelligent and have great thirst for information and very little tolerance for the uneducated. Basically, if you think erudite was a character in Lord of the Rings, you're not going to get along well with me.
Alright, let's let Plummet do his thing.
I was expecting that as much. Okay, so Plummet had to head back to his family lands for a little while the others went off to Karameikos. So you had split up from them.
That's what they would do.
Well, you've been recalled to talk to the Great Khan. And many skirmishes along the way because there are no easy jumps to get there.
Yeah, undefeated champion of the world.
Oh yeah, one of them was a draw.
Still undefeated.
Yeah, but it's not the same as win.
No, one of them was not a draw. The thing died.
Yeah, they took
I never said
fireball.
that I won everything, just undefeated.
And while you were doing that, there was much celebration in Karameikos to award Dimitri, Lord of
Skip.
Okay.
Skip. Where's the skip button? It's about Dimitri. Skip.
Okay, so he was Lord of Quesqueton. Then we had Quigna, who was a knight of. Do you remember what you were a knight of?
Yeah, the High Forge.
Yeah. So Quigna became knight of High Forge, whereas Bradshaw became Lord of.
Not being very bright.
Yeah, that does, signify him.
So you've met Mitchell.
Yes.
So he's a Lord of Stronghollow. I believe he got a different name on top of that. But hey,
More like Stronghold Head.
let's see, what did I write down here? Okay, so yes, he has a place called a clan Stronghollow for his personal family, for his setup. His stronghold called Durgan Keep, whereas the gnome has a stronghold called Quignahold. Keghold. Well, I will mispronounce that because I always try to say the Q part. Yes. And so at the end of your celebrations of Bradshaw's lordship, which you sort of could have been better. I'm just saying it was sunset.
Would have been better if Bradshaw didn't beat up.
The others got an invite to travel to Ethengar. Though the gnomes were happy to send you via gnomish air service, the rest of the party was saying that they'll find their own way there. Something about not trusting the gnomish air service. So
we have really good reason not to.
You got volunteered to be the one going by the air service to make sure at least someone showed up in time for the celebrations. And you find yourself in some mechanical contraption with markings on the side which you think could actually be kills. Turns out they're passenger deaths while flying.
Right.
They've got more passenger deaths on board than they have other things they've killed while flying. Because it's a passenger vehicle, not an actual fighter vehicle.
Gotta have something.
And apparently,
the bigger the number, the higher the price for a ticket.
And apparently, the pilots died a couple of times too, because they have a couple of the markings have pilot hats on them.
But it is a good thing that the gnomish necromancers are so good.
Well, it's a tragic thing that pilots have died.
It's the same pilot. They just resurrected him a few times, turned him into a zombie a few times.
Well, when magic's around, you can bring people back and saying you stuffed up. Hopefully, you've learned from your mistake.
Yeah, well, I can bring people back to life.
And many people do get brought back to life multiple times. So much so that they know their afterlife quite well.
Fortunately, I have my gnomish pilot license, so if things go wrong, I can land the airship.
Which is good.
But, it looks like I picked a bad week to give up sniffing coke.
Don't worry, I'm sure we can upgrade that to glue soon. So do you know the old airplane joke?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Or flying high, depending on which nation you watch it in first. So yes.
Surely you can't be serious.
So yes, it takes off with a nice big bang and rattles its way through the sky.
And I keep my seatbelt fastened.
It doesn't have a seatbelt.
It doesn't have a seatbelt?
Yeah, seatbelt.
Because their thoughts are that if it was to crash, the seatbelt won't save you.
Well, the safety demonstration has been proved to enhance your chances of surviving a survivable accident. Watching the safety.
0 times 1 is still 0.
Mainly because they don't normally have passengers in the back. So the seats are just, stuck in every time they have a passenger.
Sorry.
But they do mail delivery. So they do have hatches they open up when they get over roughly their designated spot. And so your seat does have a chute attached to it.
With no seatbelt!
It's an ejector seat, is it?
It's not an ejector seat, it actually drops. So it's a bomber seat.
Okay, right.
So you get to ride it down.
Well, it sounds more fun than riding on the actual airship. And down on the ground, people are going, oh look, that's a mail ship. And somebody else is going, how do you know? And I said, well, can't you see his little balls and his little belly?
Yes, it only takes you 2 days to cross what would normally take about 10 days to cross.
Sounds perfect. More time for drinking before they get here.
And the gnome up front says, are you ready? And then pulls a lever before you get to answer.
And I'm out, my seat is bombed out.
You sort of notice the hatch underneath you opens up as he says that.
Okay.
And you grab onto the seat.
Better hold on tight because there's no seatbelt.
Well, gnomes are known for their, lovely safety demonstrations.
And you thought goblins were chaotic.
The flight attendants are now showing you your nearest exit.
And so the pilot turns around and waves to you as he pulls the lever.
Wave back.
As it starts to descend, you can feel the chute opening up because it's basically designed to open the chute as it deploys. Otherwise, it might not actually deploy. Safety demonstration doesn't have a backup chute.
This is fun.
As you find yourself floating down over a huge swath of grass and flowers and what appears to be a unimaginable number of horses.
Fantastic.
Flyman is by his horse, carving open a skull to create a new hole.
So carving open a horse's skull to create a new hole?
No. Hell, that is skull, obviously.
I know, sorry, I just couldn't help but ask that question.
Look, they are food as well, I'm not going to lie, but we don't talk about that.
Okay, so Plowman is sent out to bring in the mail. Mail always drops by parachute.
Alright, Plowman will jump on Regem is with me.
Regem is with you.
Fantastic. Plowman jumps on Regem and slowly trots out to where he thinks the chute will land, while also carving out some details in the hole.
Okay, takes you about half a mile away from the encampment where the you see a gnome. Describe yourself.
Tall, well over 3 feet 11. Green hair, slightly greenish skin. Lovely. Basically, a very aristocratic nose and a large head to contain my enormous brain.
Right. Before you see atop one of the most majestic horses you've ever seen. But also, for some reason, and somehow you see it as incredibly sassy as well. You see a great horse lord standing at the whopping height of 5'10". Leather-clad, barely leather-clad, with a massive polearm at his side. He looks down at you. You are not the male.
No, I am the female.
I wasn't talking about gender. And where are my letters? What are our letters? There's a lot of getting out people here want letters.
Well, I was told that none of you could read, so...
Oh, I was told you never could English.
You do remember seeing this gnome heading off with Dimitri and Bradshaw before you headed off to Ethinger.
Wait, did you come from the idiots? Are they dead? Is that why they're not here?
Well, I mean, Bradshaw's brain dead, I think, but as for actually being dead, I'm not convinced that he is. They've gone off to their new fancy pants places to, do the dusting. I think they've been given titles of lords, and they've gone off to enjoy themselves in their lordly halls.
Wait, Bradshaw is a lord?
I'm afraid he is.
Wow, that's full of kingdom.
I was surprised that they gave him the lordship they did, because it had more than one syllable.
I was surprised they gave him breakfast. Anyway, well, have you been to Ettingard before?
No, I have not.
Are we in Wiggerlands or just general Ettingard and Coolguy territory?
You're in Murkit's territory at the moment.
That's the Great Khan's one, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Welcome to Ettingard, the great lands of the also-mighty Khan.
It's great to be here. Lovely views on the way down.
I'm sure it was. I don't know how you lived. The last one who fell out was still cleaning that up. My name is Flamen Gordon, and this mighty steed and very, very fruitful stag? Yes, stag? Oh God, what is the word I'm looking for? Stud! Mighty stud is Rheddrians, the horse of the great heavens.
How nice to meet you. I am Kignar Ret Ikoram Bertat. You can call me Kig if the name isn't otherwise too challenging.
Excellent to meet you, Red.
Well, so, Flameboy or whatever it was, where are we headed?
Why are you here?
I've forgotten where we're here, actually.
You got an invitation from the Great Khan.
That's right, I had an invitation from your Grey Khan.
Well, grey is much better word, but if I were you when you meet him, I would probably call him Great Khan.
Oh, great. Sorry.
Yes, great. I don't know what's great about him. I mean, he can fight, but it's not that great. Well, if you're here to see the crown, I imagine we have great celebrations soon. Celebrating how mighty I am, of course. I imagine you can go there again. Until then, you're welcome to my hospital.
Thank you very much. That's most kind of you. Did you bring me a horse? One perhaps not quite as tall as yours?
What? A small horse? You want a small horse?
Well, I wouldn't
You'll
say
find many horses in Ettingard. None of them will be small.
I wouldn't have said small. I mean, I am well over 3 feet 11. So I want just not a huge horse.
Can't help you there. Unfortunately, as a great horse breeder, I only breed great and mighty horses. Not big dumb ones like those stupid Hellenic knights, but smart, fast, strong horses. Anyway, jump up. Bridget is strong enough to carry 10 of me.
Okay. Little help here? It's quite a tall horse, isn't it? Oh, is it not?
Apparently he has, Regime has stepped a little bit out of the way for the moment. We'll see if he comes back. And he's back.
Am I back?
You are back.
Yes, you're back.
So the gnome was asking for... Right, we had this sound saying reconnecting.
Yeah, no, I heard the whole thing. Palmer reaches down and takes your arm if you offer it.
Yes, thank you. And I'll sit proudly on the back of the horse. It's wide, isn't it? It's very wide. Very wide horse. Chunky almost.
I would not call him chunky. Regime has very short temper. He scares me sometimes.
Regime has barbarian levels.
Yeah.
It's just very wide when you're... Even for someone as tall as me, and I'm well over 3 feet 11, but it's very wide.
As you say that, you notice the muscles start to get bigger and chunkier, and veins start showing through it all. The horse gets a little bit wider.
Terribly comfortable though. I like a nice wide horse. I'll just sit sideways on. I think that would probably be more comfortable for me. Not that I'm saying my legs are short, because I'm well over 3 feet long.
You know, you keep saying that, but I don't think it means what you think it means.
Inconceivable.
Yes, anyway, we have many a thing guardian work such things. Anyway, let's go before Gem eats his bowl. Okay. Yeah. Carmen urges Regem onto a brisk sprint so as to work out some of that anger that he may or may not have.
So you feel the wind flowing through you as you're going faster than you're used to on horseback?
Very fast. It's very fast. Is it got a slower speed?
Yes, but I wouldn't want to take it if I were you, because he might kick you off if you keep talking. Anyway, it takes literally like a few seconds to get back, so that's good.
That is fast.
As you arrive,
not a few seconds, but quite a few seconds.
As you arrive in camp, you see Regem start to act all playful and foolish.
Yep, once we get close enough to camp, Carmen will jump off Regem and then assist our very tall friend off Regem.
Thank you.
Regem sort of walks off to the side, ignoring you for a little bit.
This would kill me. Now, friend, you drink.
Drink?
Yes.
Well,
You know,
of course. Of course I drink.
Oh, good.
I'm a goblin.
No.
No, I'm a gnome.
Is a gnome who keeps calling herself a goblin?
Have you already been drinking?
Yes, I came by gnome air, so the champagne was magnificent. And
I don't want to be drinking if I was traveling by airship. No ship.
It was an excellent vintage, and I had plenty of it.
Well, we don't have such swill out here, but some good mead, maybe some blood wine, all of the good stuff that we can find out here in the Northern States.
Excellent.
You may want to pace yourself for.
There is nobody I cannot outdrink.
I may have to kill you.
I can outdrink anybody. I use my massive intellect to control the drunkenness.
My horse could outdrink you, I'm sorry to say.
I do sometimes forget that I'm a gnome, but other than that, you would never see any effect of the drink.
Okay, look, you keep killing yourself. Anyway, here, knock yourself out, hopefully, preferably literally. He hands you a very, very lovely and freshly carved bowl, and pours out some wine into it, and hands you your wine as well.
I was expecting you to take me to the best wine bar in town, but this will do.
Have you ever seen how an Ethengarian park looks?
An Ethengarian
Town.
No.
There's tents around you everywhere.
Tents?
No solid structures anywhere to be seen.
No, I've never seen an Ethengarian town. When will we go to one?
Well, what I actually asked was, have you ever seen an Ethengarian town move?
Move?
What I would suggest, yes, if you want to find something, perhaps go wandering, because it will not be where it was a week ago.
How unusual.
We are nomads, travel. We work with the land. Where we burned, we must move.
I see. Sounds like the wandering life for me sort of thing.
No, we just can't find food anywhere that we've spent too long at. Also, we like to go to war, and, well, you take women to war, you can't swim.
can't beat a good war if it's for a good cause.
All of the Guardian Wars are for good cause. Like fighting orcs, or Hellbent Ignite. Speaking of, how does Hellbent Ignite taste?
I've never eaten Hellbent Ignite. It's not a delicacy in my part of the woods.
Oh, it's okay. You've just drank from the skull of Hellbent Ignite.
Really? Well,
Yes.
I'm going to have to take your word for that because I have never eaten a Hellbent Ignite. I've eaten many things, many creatures,
Oh.
kobolds, particularly fond of kobolds. Although the bones get stuck in the teeth occasionally, but
You've eaten kobolds?
I have.
Wow. That's
Tastes like
impressive.
chicken, I'm sure.
Tastes like snake.
Right. Snake is good meal.
I know.
Anyway, right. So, I'm going to have to get you incredibly drunk because it is your first night in Epic Guardian Lands. It's a custom, I think.
Well, it might be Plowman's new custom.
Sure. Ramen takes you to something resembling a group of drunken people inside a tent.
Right?
There's not a lot of clothes going on. And luckily the leather isn't black, but there is a lot of leather going on. And yeah, you party the night away, hopefully very eventfully.
And I'm sure I can outdrink them all.
Unlikely.
Okay.
Kig, the legendary imbiber.
So, on the 12th of the month was where you arrived in Essingar.
12th.
Yep, 12th of the month. Of the 4th month. Plowman was advised that he had a ceremony to attend on the 15th, the night of the full moon.
Right.
Go.
He wasn't given much instructions, but to stay close to the clan.
To the Ethingarians or to the Uyghurs?
To the Merkits.
Why does it? What is it about the Merkits you don't like, Flan?
I don't know what you're talking about. The Merkits are lovely people, and literally all around you. Yes, great people. Great. Please shut up.
So you see everyone around you is wearing symbology that they tell you is the Merkit for our clan. Plowman's wearing different symbology.
They're not phased by it, I suppose. I'm wearing the ruddy complexion of somebody who cannot be out drunk and is destined to prove it.
Well, being as though I know I've got 3 days, Simon's willing to test that.
But you spend 3 days in milk and fermented revelry.
Sounds
Yes.
perfect. And I don't spill a drop.
Throughout the evenings and mornings and days and afternoons and more evenings, there is an incredible amount of fighting, especially between Simon and literally everyone there. Generally quite friendly, mostly. There's horse races.
And you see that there are people lining up to have a bout with Plowman. He goes through about 20 to 30 matches a day. People are also lining up to admire his horse.
Does the horse admire them?
The horse ignores a lot of people.
I don't even know how Regem is still awake. He's been doing some business, that's for damn sure.
But Regem seems to spend a lot of time around the Great Khan. And Plowman does discover during this time that it was Regem was one of the Great Khan's steeds he raised before he was passed on to you.
God, I hate that chick.
I might not want to say that. It's so loud.
It's okay, I challenge the kill play. Maybe not challenge, but definitely threat.
And he is, and the Khan has made sure that Rejam has stayed with you through every annual accounting of your earnings for the Ethangarians.
Yep.
Because by Ethangarian law, every horse, good and person belongs to the Khan. And at every year, he then passes out the earnings to the various clans to represent how well they've done in the last year. Those that have done worse get less.
Right.
And those that
One actually, when we started, he was quite vile, rebel.
Mm.
Quite honoured. He had 4 horses.
Khan.
Plummet.
Plummet.
This is a sad tale. What happened to your other horses?
Oh, one, the boy, he is still loving life. And the 3 girls, sorry, the 2 girls, they have fathered many young foals. My brother, he is great at breeding and caring for horses. It is his whole life. So he looks after the rest of the horses unless I eat them. But somehow it is for the better of the Uyghurs and the Ethingarian people for them to breed. But we have been through some things, these horses and I. They are strong, healthy, and smart. Very, very smart.
Okay.
They are quite smart. Sometimes they even said they were smarter than their riders.
Sometimes I would agree.
So, on the day of the 14th, the night before the full moon,
Yep.
Plowman is called to the edge of the Great Khan's compound as he witnesses his family arriving.
Shit.
So your entire family has shown up.
This doesn't happen very often.
Most of them are waving in your direction. A couple of kids are running up to hug their Uncle Plowman.
I am uncomfortable.
And one of them is calling out Daddy.
Daddy?
Oh God, I didn't know about that one. Hello, children! Plowman picks them all up at once. Hello, Charles, some of which may be my progeny. You better be strong or I'll throw you off the cliff.
They all scream happily. And then there's a chant of Cliff, 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 Cliff.
You scared me. I did not raise smart children here. Plowman looks at his apparently son and says, can you fight? Show me, punch me.
Okay, he strikes you right where you're not armored.
Okay, I can't breathe now. Well done.
He seems quite happy with his blow.
Turns out he can't fight. I've never been so proud. Also, I need the dope.
He does have on him about 5 different daggers in various places.
Oh, what a good boy.
And looks to be about age of 5.
Now, have you beaten anyone up yet?
He elaborates on how he's beaten up all his older cousins.
Good. Cousins, nephews, nieces. Have you ever fought my son?
They all nod and said they only got to beat him up for a few years and then he started beating them up.
Good. Gordon Health lives strong.
And they say they're all here for big ceremony.
Yes, I know. I don't know what that's about. Right. Anyway, come. Let's see your parents and my parents, of course. He lifts them up and accidentally grabs the gnomish friend at the same time and carries them over to Papa Goranov.
Don't worry, you've just been allocated to the Clan Goranov as one of the kids.
Okay. I was going to ask the kid, the son who's a good fight. Sounds as though he's a good fighter for someone so short. And I was going to see whether he wanted to go back to the tent and have a drink with me.
He says he's sure he can drink you under the table. No one's been able to beat him yet. He's undefeated. Undefeated!
But we better stick with the father, I suppose.
Simon takes his riders over to Papa Goranov.
Yep.
And being as though he hasn't seen them for quite some time, he bows deeply. Throwing all the kids and the gnome off at the same time.
You are greeted warmly from your family. There's a stoic expression everywhere.
Good. Good. I've never seen them so emotional.
It's like almost dead silence from the our family members' side. They're so proud of you.
I too am overwhelmed with such pride at seeing them too. Yes.
What last you remember is your father used to tell you what a shoddy job you were doing of raising your horse and how you dressed and who you went out with and all that sort of stuff. So he just wouldn't shut up at your problems. But this time, completely silent. There's a lot of respect there.
You know life's good when a grown-up is not giving you shit.
It's always interesting when a culture is honouring you by not saying anything.
It is not our way, but I respect
Father,
the culture.
it is not awful to see you.
He nods in your direction, letting you have the last word for a change.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Hello, Mother.
She also greets you without saying anything, letting you have the last word for a change.
Christ, I forgot I'm boarding you. Alright, let's go inside.
And as you enter the encampment, there's cheers and people cheering for Plum and from the crowd of people.
Plumman very, very subtly adjusts his armor so that the Goranov... Goranov? No, the Uyghur clan tags are showing as much as possible. And stands tall, much like the hero he apparently is.
You are quite the hero.
Yes. His glaive walks with him in his hand.
I just sidle away slightly from the children so that there's no possibility of any confusion, which is a mystery to somebody as tall as me, but anyway.
Hey, I'm sure that none of them would think anything bad of having an extra person in their group.
Plumman breaks up into this good boy, what's your name?
To the boy? He says his name is... I actually have a whole pile of names here. I can pull on for assistance.
Nice.
Let's see, male names. He calls himself Jeeb.
Jeeb?
Yep, Jeeb. G-E-B-E.
Jeeb.
Go, Jeeb.
Jeeb.
Jeeb. Jeeb. Take our friend Brett here with you. Look after her. She is great guest.
Jeebus H. Christ. Alright. And yet you notice that he said great. And not just in terms of my prowess as an intellectual, but also in terms of my great height.
Brett, stop talking. You're ruining things.
Jeeb takes you off for drinking.
Good, let's go, Jeeb. the conversation of your grandparents is boring to say the least.
He shrugs. Adults are idiots.
They are.
Ah, the joke is you're an adult.
Yeah, but I'm really good at empathizing with kids. I'm down with the kids. Babe, let's sink a tankard of mead. Although you're so short, you could probably swim in the tankard of mead. But anyway, let's go and sink a couple of tankards of mead.
Barman just looks in absolute astonishment and turns around and stands around like a hero again.
Yep.
Well, you and I start drinking like heroes.
So you're on a drinking montage with a 5-year-old?
Yeah, why not? We're going to try everything. One tankard of everything in the bar. Is it a free bar?
It is a tent.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going to expect me to pay.
And there's probably no tankard so much as hard bones and literally anything other than things that have been made.
Okay. I'll have a skull of the best mead you have. 2 skulls of the best mead you have. One for my short friend here.
Okay, he happily slurps away in his skull. So, after you get into the encampment and your family get shuffled over to your tent that's been posted off to the side of everyone else.
Yeah.
Now you know why, because your family show up and take up the rest of the space around your tent.
Right.
And your dad says, proud of you, and gives you a big solid whack to the shoulder.
I am all that you created, Father. And then gives him an even more solid whack to the shoulder.
Okay, he staggers a bit, laughs, and goes for the bear hug.
Yeah. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
He said, you should know.
Common tells the story of how he defeated a giant.
Your family listens along in rapt attention, with your mum piping up. How big was he? 6 feet?
He was twice as big as Heifer's skull.
They do clap and they do find it amusing, but you're heckled throughout your entire story by your family.
Don't do that. I'll kill him later.
Well, at least you know they're listening.
Yeah. They'll make good murder victims.
And if family can't heckle you, then they're probably not family.
Exactly. Yeah, sort of general revelry.
It is.
Revelry intensifies.
Though your dad does take you off to the side after most of the people are reveled out, to tell you that with tomorrow being the first anniversary of the princess's death, he believes the Khan has something in mind for you.
I don't want anything from the Khan except for his death.
He says, well, the entire family's been requested here to witness what the Khan does to you.
Okay, so let's work out my will. So my horses, they go to my boy. Robert, he can keep the girls. The boy keeps Regime. I'm sure, though, the Khan will try and take that. Oh, you're not talking about killing me.
Who knows? You may be a sacrifice to make up for the princess.
Oh, I'll kill everyone who touches me.
Also happens to be the anniversary of when you did your time jump.
Yep. Great. Another thing that I love doing. Why don't you just go in the hollow world for goodness?
I can if you like. That's not that hard to do.
No.
I
The
can.
last thing I want is a hollow world flashback.
I could throw in the Land of Black Sands again.
Well, no, I would be much more disappointed if you threw in the T-Rex getting anally eviscerated.
That was
Not
more.
a joke.
That was more of a raptor.
Whatever it was. With the amount of blood that was going on, I suspected that it was actually going to be a rapture.
It did in the end. So yes, you wake up to the one of the holiest days of the Ethingarian. It's known as the Day of Blessing.
Cool.
Also the Day of Despair, because that is the day that the princess had all her inheritance incinerated, so no one else could have it when she died,
Yeah, that really sucked.
including some of the best animal stock in the land.
Yeah.
So that was a Friday night player who actually specified no one could touch her stuff after she died.
I would have reported her to the Hungarian Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
Well, they had checked with her 3 times to make sure that was her will.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jeeb and I are still going in the tent, trading knock-knock jokes.
Apparently he knows quite a few, but most of his knock-knock jokes actually require him to hit something.
Yeah, we've had a few fights. We're undefeated.
So morning comes up and Plowman finds that he's woken to the Khan's guardsman standing in full regalia around his bed, staring down at him.
So which one of you dies first?
They all point at you.
I don't think so.
One of them offers you their hand.
No, I don't want to out of here, but I will take the assistance. Plowman takes the assistance and stands up.
And for the first time, Plowman goes through the indignity of being dressed by others.
Oh, you guys suck.
And not one piece of clothing he's wearing is actually his.
Wow. What is that smell? It smells clean.
And you actually notice you have no dirt or mud or anything on you. You don't feel normal today.
Oh, I hate that for me.
Yes, you think someone magically cleaned you in your sleep.
Gross. Can I at least take my glaive?
They do hand it to you once you're fully dressed.
Thank you. Let's go. Come on. I don't know why they send so few of you, though.
Well, one of them does comment, well, they only sent so few because we weren't expected to kill you.
Well, that's good. Because you were never going to kill me to begin with.
And you are escorted through the throngs of admiring people past a drunkard gnome and young boy yelling, "Undefeated!"
Simon says, wait, stop. Can we stop for a second, please?
They stop.
No.
Plowman takes the axe head off one of his throwing axes
Yep.
and throws the handle at his son.
Okay. As you throw it, your son grabs a handle in midair, and then pulls over backwards as it embeds in the ground behind him.
Boy, stop acting like idiots! Sober up!
Knock.
Also, pick up rats. Take rat elsewhere. Who's there? Idiots? No.
Little old lady.
Why not? Little leggy hoop.
I didn't know you could yodel.
It does get a bit of a chuckle from some of the surrounding people.
You know what? Well done. I'll give it to him. Well done.
Your son is
Okay,
a very
boys.
good drinker and an excellent fighter.
And now he's my son. I've never met him before, but he's my son.
Your clothes look nice and clean. I wouldn't get too close to your son. He has vomited a few times.
I would rather be covered in vomit and dirt than this. But let's get going. You know what? Shut up. Go away. Let's go. Come on, boys.
You do see that your family has been coming along behind you. They gather your son up and start getting him moving towards the follow, as you can hear the sound of a bit of puking behind as he moves along a little too fast.
Clyman briefly turns around. Mother, Claude Rat, take her look not like she is right now.
Okay, they put a hat on you that looks Ethangarian. That changes everything, I'm sure.
I feel like an Ethangarian, but where am I going to find one at this time of the morning?
And you find yourself taken towards the biggest tent on the lot, and you see that the Great Khan himself, wearing what appears to be golden armor, golden helm, standing before the tent. He holds up his hands for everyone to cheer as Plowman is escorted up to him.
Hooray!
Plowman is escorted?
Yes, Plowman is escorted up to him.
Well, when Plowman reaches the appropriate distance, he will get on his knees, rest his blade on the ground, lean forward and bow to the Great Khan.
Okay, the Great Khan announces to everyone, of course always in the third person, because how can you actually be a great person and talk as if it's yourself talking? So the Great Khan welcomes Plowman Gorinev to the I have trouble remembering even his clan's name, the Merkits clan, in honor of the Day of Blessing, to let everyone know that from this point onwards, Plowman will be Khan, one of the Agram leaders of the nomads.
Plowman sighs.
The Khan himself has chosen his 20 warriors to serve him. That he expects Plowman to have these soldiers taught, kept up on equipment, training, and horsemanship, so that they may serve his new clan, the clan Gorinev, led by Plowman himself.
Plowman stands up.
So you've basically been given a minor clan as
This
part,
seems like a hindrance more than a boon.
with an understanding that you now get a say in what happens in the affairs of the Ethangarians.
Right. I'm glad that I have literally zero magic items, because this is going to get expensive.
And to help you and show the Khan's favor, well, the Great Khan's favor, he gives you a few items. One of his wives comes out with a pillow, probably of gold color, golden pillow. And on top of the golden pillow, the Khan picks up a set of braces. It says, with these braces you can show the strength of the lands, as he hands you a set of golden braces.
Excellent.
Then you see Regem is brought in, and you see on top of Regem's back is a new saddle.
Plumman bows to Regem.
Regem just prances around you as if he's a foal. And one of the Khan's personal guard comes forward with a lance. He hands you the lance of the Khan. So it is a one of the badges of nobility, as well as a weapon of war.
Yep.
Designed to stick into the opponent when you hit them, so that you'll drag behind you when you go past.
Fantastic. You gotta love that.
So instead of being the pointy lance, it's a barbed lance.
Oh, I do kind of like that.
And then one of his wives comes out carrying a golden bow.
To replace the bow that I never use.
And you're given the bow of the Khan as well, as part of your symbol of rulership. May it help your arrows fly true, the Khan says, as he also gives you 3 special arrows to go with it.
Plumman bows and nods his thanks.
And lastly, a set of lamellar armor is brought out in tribute to your clan.
Yeah.
And
practice the Colorado.
And looking at it, basically it's a form of leather ringmail.
Okay. Is it still light armor?
It's still light armor.
Fantastic.
And lastly, you get a standard for your clan, which is has an emblem of your horse animal spirit on it.
Love it.
Not many people have the horse spirit as their actual spirit.
I imagine that anybody who actually used the horse spirit probably rode their horse into combat a bit more than Plumman.
Quite possibly, though Plumman has ridden a lot of horse combat in his downtime. Just not on screen. It's always that thing that happens while he's not running.
Right.
Yes.
And the Khan says, for your services to the clan, he has also given you guidance of 6 families to bring under your clan and protect.
Sure.
Which is where he expects you to allocate most of your 20 soldiers to help protect your 6 families.
Yeah.
And people start celebrating the honor of the honor of Plumman, because not many people actually get official titles on this day. And the Khan says,
turns to the crowd and bows deeply.
after that finishes, the Khan comes up to you and says, if you do well, he will up the stakes next year. He has plans for you.
I don't know why you would have plans for me.
He just looks at you and says, you're good at killing things, we need that.
Yes. And one day, great God, I will kill you and take your place.
And he's going to do the best he can to make sure you put on the best show possible.
So, my friend. Anyway, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it.
He says he's sure you need the leg up as he walks off.
Hey! At least I won't struggle to get the leg over.
So yes, you find that the rest of your family come to help you celebrate, as does a lot of admirers.
Plumman very quickly dons the armor and the braces. Puts the bow on his back. And enjoys the revelry.
And the armor is designed
He never once leaves his blade away from his blade never once leaves his son.
And the arrows are designed to sit in the armor, so they're actually also a badge of office.
Nice.
Well, they look like golden arrows.
This is a great honour that has been bestowed upon you, Plum.
It is a great hindrance, really.
I feel a round of drinks is in order, and I feel that the new Khan should actually be in the chair.
Well, he's not quite a Khan yet. He's basically a family head. Clan leader, not Khan.
Butter him up. Please try and get him to buy the next round. Jeeb and I thirst.
No, I cannot buy any more rounds. I am poor. I have a clan.
It's alright, we haven't been buying them anyway.
No, I imagine you were. Stop trying to steal my money.
Yes, you also find that you have been gifted from the Khan quite a few steeds from Rizem's line.
Not sad about that.
Well, normally they would go off to other favoured people, because that's how that works. But it's being gifted to your family to raise Rizem's line.
Are the 20 warriors present?
They are.
Would you like me to create some names as I go?
You can create as many names as you want, as long as you keep track of them.
Yep. Does Plumman know these 20 warriors?
He has met them all. They are people he has gone to war with over the last few years. He actually spent some of last year in combat, shoulder to shoulder with some of them.
Fantastic. So the greatest of them and the eldest is Karem. Karem. He speaks to Karem.
And Karem is, yes sir.
Karem, we don't need to play those games. I have a job for you. Do you want it?
I would happy for any job, sir.
The other 19 morons, sorry. I need you to speak to the other 19 warriors. Neither they nor you drink this evening.
That is fine, sir.
Also, I need you to find the weakest one of them. And then send it to me. Not now, just later.
Done, sir.
But, yes. More than anything else, you're in charge.
Wouldn't have it any other way, sir, he says.
Yes, if you did, I'd be very disappointed. Now go and kick some skulls in and get them organized. No drinking this evening.
Okay, you see that they are all wearing the markings that the Great Khan had put on the standard for you. So it's the Clan Goranov actual standard. Before you didn't really have a standard.
Yep. Can I take a liberty?
You can take a liberty.
Yep. So the image of itself is a grand horse with bright yellow eyes.
We can do that.
Good times.
Mrs. Goranov, you must be terribly proud of your son.
She is extremely proud of him. He hasn't died yet, so that's good. Maybe tomorrow. There's always tomorrow.
A good death is nothing to be ashamed of.
She was told by a
But
seer
no
that
death is something to celebrate.
she was told by a seer that Plowman would have a grand death when he died, and it would be celebrated for years to come.
Excellent.
So she's looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to your son, huh?
To the grand death. It's such an honor.
It would be, I'm sure.
And so Plowman, having not heard that before, is probably a little taken by surprise that he does have a prophecy of a grand death.
I mean, he's happy about it. He's not too surprised.
And that he'll be celebrated for many years after his death.
Even though he's been defeated.
Yeah.
The grand death is not necessarily a defeat.
Tell that to the person who fought him and gave it to him.
They may not have survived. It is possible to defeat all your enemies and die from the event.
Just bleed out.
Ramen interrupts. No, my grand death will be when I'm getting old and I'm killed. That.
She still pats Plowman on the shoulder and says, no matter when you do it, she guarantees it will be grand. And the older you are, the grander it will be.
Then it will be great.
Okay, so yes.
Now, Father. Sorry, you're right.
No, it says, and she says, yes, son?
Perhaps we can stop talking about prophecy and my grand death and start talking about someone to look after the lands while I'm not there.
Oh, that's okay. I've already decided to take control of that. I'm the oldest female member of the family, after all. I own the herds and the wagons.
Yeah.
You're the figurehead, remember? She says, giving you a whack in the shoulder.
Yes, Mother, I'm quite happy for it to be that way, but don't let Father get involved.
Well, I never have. That's why we've still got horses.
Yes. Good.
He would have the stallions try to mate with each other the way he works.
No, he's not. Well, look, you know, he's a great warrior. That's enough.
Yes, you got more brains from me than you did from him.
I didn't get brains at all. It is my brother, the guy whose name I've currently forgotten. He got brains.
And she just winks at you and says, and you still got more brains than your father.
Yes, well, I'm pretty sure Regem has more brains than him.
She guarantees Regem does. Regem has outthought your father many a time.
Yes.
Do you remember the time when Regem locked your father in the paddock?
Oh, it's so good. I wish I could see that more.
Oh, you should see your brother did a painting of it.
Caliph. His name is Caliph. I actually had that written down. I don't believe it. I had something written down.
Now, how can we have that happen?
I don't know.
So Caliph, the brother.
Yes. He was a smart one. He always has been a smart one. Very sneaky.
And beside you on the other side, you feel someone poke you in the ribs saying, yes, and right beside you.
I told you were sneaky. Better with a bow and a knife, but not a great fighter.
I never had to
Oh,
fight.
sorry, Kel. It's so good to see you.
You did all the fighting everyone could ever want.
Yes, I know. So I'm told. I'm the champion.
And you did it more with your mouth than your fists, he says.
Yes, of course. Speaking of mouths, how many horse cocks have you? Oh, we can't say that shit, sorry. Speaking of mouths, how many falls of Brendan now?
He thinks for a moment and goes, probably more so now that you've been here.
Yes, Regem really does do some work, doesn't he?
Apparently with your assistance he's quite good at it.
Oh, he's so funny. You're very, very fun. Okay, this is boring, I don't like this, and I'm waiting for my first assassination attempt. Do you think we could do something a little less public? I know we're here to honor many things, but yeah.
So, who do you want to assassinate you tonight?
I really would like no one to assassinate me. Like, that is...
He says, done, I know someone who's no one.
Oh, shut up.
No standing, no name, nothing whatsoever. He's just called no one.
I'm not surprised that you, of all people, know assassins.
Oh no, he's not an assassin, he's just nobody. Assassins have names, and standing.
Right.
And the more people that you've killed, the better you're standing.
You know, I really never wanted politics, I just wanted to conquer.
Well, that's the same thing in Ethengar. You should know that. But of course, you
No,
never really
not
studied.
No, I didn't study, and I spent the last few years away from Ethengar. It's been fantastic. But I guess that's why we have Mother.
Yeah, she's always looked after the books, the animals, the people, your father. Not my father, but your father.
Well, I didn't know that.
That's because you don't pay attention. He slaps you on the back of the head.
Sorry? What did you say?
That's because you don't pay attention and slaps you on the back of the head again.
Sorry? What did you say?
And he does it a third time.
I can take more hits than you, probably.
He says, and he can do this all day.
I have nothing to do.
If you'd like, he can paint another painting of him slapping you on the back of the head. Just so you can remember it by.
Don't need to see that. But I will turn you into a paste if you keep doing it.
Would that be your first act as clan leader?
Well, I must eliminate all of the familial competition, not that.
Oh, I don't think there's any real competition after you at this point.
Yeah, of course. I'm the greatest. Also, I'm pretty sure the Khan will take everything back if I got dead.
If you die in the first year, yes. After that, then it's considered earned by the clan. So just don't die for a year.
Right, so I don't have to worry about you trying to kill me for next year. I'm happy to hear from you.
That is correct. A year from this day, then we're all allowed to kill you.
Okay, you'll be dead. But in between now and then, do you think we could make some money and raise as many horses as possible?
Well, that's the idea.
Good, because we're going to have to pay for a lot of soldiers to be equipped.
Most of them have come with some basic equipment, but he would like to see them with better gear.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I'm going to need like 19 horses for them.
Well, considering we have 6 families underneath us, we probably have about 100 horses to the clan.
I'm glad. Don't give them the best ones, but definitely give them good ones.
Okay, a little after that, Kareem comes up to you with another of the guardsmen. And he says, this is the worst of the guardsmen, sir. We only hit the target 19 out of 20 times.
19? For anyone else, I would say that was pretty good, but you're going to have to get better. Can you fight?
He grunts in your direction. He doesn't seem to be able to say much.
Ah, a man of many words. Glad to see it. You spend the rest of, well, every waking moment with me.
He grunts.
You're going to have to learn pretty quick, too.
He grunts again.
I like your style. He turns to his brother and says, find him one horse that isn't terrible.
Okay. Well, he has heard of this horse called Regime.
Oh, you're funny. You're very, very funny.
How about one of Regime's foals?
I'm pretty sure Regime would actually kill him.
One less mouth to feed?
No, we need to speak.
He will see to it as your lordship asks, he says, with a mocking tone.
Oh, shut up.
He says, get used to your finery, you're going to have to wear it in court.
Nope. Not going to do that. By the way, Lana looks around to make sure that no one can listen to what he says, and leans in very, very close and says, "Do not trust what has been given to us. We must be very careful."
He says, yes, because the other members of the Uyghurs will not believe in our gifts and will seek to undermine you at every step of the way.
We may have to kill some.
Not may. We will. He's already got a list.
Good. Publicly. Straight always.
Well, he's more than happy to help with your undefeated status.
Excellent. Anyway, right. Let's go do something interesting. I bet you.
Knock.
And yes, you stumble into a gnome.
I bet you can't throw that gnome through the door.
Knock.
He says you'd probably be correct because we have a temp flap, not a door.
Close enough.
You've lived too long in civilization, my good lord, he says.
Shut up and go do something useful. What do you want now? There are no doors to knock at.
Knock.
Who's there?
Kareem.
Kareem.
Carry me to the bar. I'm dying of thirst here.
You have legs. Walk yourself. Oh, no. You know what? I will do so. Flamen grabs you by the leg, lifts you up, and throws you to the nearest place where they're serving delicious alcohol.
Excellent. 2 skulls of your best mead. Where's Jeeb?
Jeeb is currently being reprimanded for public drunkenness by his mother.
Oh, well, I'll drink them both.
And you have some of the finest milk that you've had for a while. It does have this spicy aftertaste to it, though. So much so that your eyes sort of unfocus each time you sort of hiccup. Good milk.
Yeah, good soup. Flamen looks around for anybody who looks like they might be death staring Flamen.
You see, most people here are celebrating because up until your elevation, they were seeing it as a day of despair.
Cool.
So
it looks like they want to potentially kill them.
You'd think that if anyone tried to kill you, there'd be a whole tent city full of people jumping on them.
Yeah, I'm just looking for somebody to kill, to be honest. But fight.
Many of them are willing to battle you and take a pummeling from Plowman as they try to beat him up.
We'll leave that for a little bit later once the drunken revelry starts. Just trying to make sure no one wants to properly fight. And if that's the case, Plowman will very delicately drink some form of delicious milk.
Okay, so what you have heard is that the Khan himself has gotten his silver daggers to weed out anyone wanting to besmirk your Knight of Honor.
Well, that's lame.
And the silver daggers are a group of is the pair of twins that your brother is known to work with.
Yeah, cool. Alright, so yeah, as the night continues on and once people start drinking a little bit more, it gets a bit rowdy.
It does.
Ramen will begin fist fighting as many people as possible.
And a bunch of dwarves are here to give you a challenge.
Oh, yeah!
In the name of Brothers of the Bolt, they challenge you to see who could knock the other person out in fist fights. So you get to throw a punch, then they throw a punch, then you throw a punch, then they throw a punch.
Hit.
And you see,
quite happy to play that game.
you see 200 dwarves lined up to participate.
Amazing! Look, I have only one request. There are 200, many of you. I can't count 200. There are many of you. I take the first punch. Not I actually get punched, but I punch first. That's all I ask.
They have no problems with that.
Okay, watch me die. Acquired brain injury is not a thing. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, so about 4 hours later, and many dwarves later,
Yeah.
Plummet is apparently undefeated.
Jesus. Didn't expect that.
After each one you took down, you felt better.
Dude. Once the last one is dropped, Plummet just reaches out and gives the biggest, greatest war cry he's ever given before. And forgetting himself, he grabs the nearest drink off literally whoever is closest, takes it from their hands, and sculls the whole thing.
Okay, so the gnome is down a drink, but happy.
Yes, that'll be lovely.
I've got a berry fruits one here. I've also got black and blue. I've got it.
Earl Grey?
I'm pretty sure I've got Earl Grey.
That'll be lovely, thanks.
Yes, so
No, I want Earl Grey.
These skulls.
Ariadne, send me some Earl Grey, please.
it'll be ready for you to come driving by anytime.
I should be stopping in Yas tonight.
Is that a hint?
No, because I'll be there till like 3 o'clock.
What, 3 in the morning?
6, yeah. Yeah, about that. Probably don't try and find me, because there's a good chance I'll stop before or after Yas.
All good.
Yes.
So yes, you find yourself honoured by the dwarves. They've allowed you to punch them senseless. Some of them went down with the first punch.
Yes.
Considering you do have horse style for your totem.
Yep.
He actually has a spirit animal and he's a barbarian of a horse. And when you scream out your tribal war cry, you hear all the horses scream out at the same time, and then all the tribesmen scream out, and the entire camp is screaming out to your celebrations.
Yay.
I'm screaming out for another drink.
And no one hears it because there's so much screaming going on.
I'll sneak behind.
You now have industrial deafness and tinnitus.
I'll sneak behind the bar and help myself while they're all screaming.
Okay, you get yourself another skull and fill it up.
More milk.
It's okay, you don't need to worry too much about the skulls. I'm sure you didn't know them.
It's not your treat ball that you heard, my dear.
He thinks it is.
French or grey, I presume it's the same. To the teapot.
Ah, French and Grey delicious. The only French thing that's good. Delicious vanilla.
Yeah, so yes, you have your amazing war cry, and then hear everyone else in camp take it up,
If not, smoke your
including the horses.
Nice.
Probably the first time you've actually heard such a sharing of war cries. Let's see, this is a war cry.
And Plummet's not sad about it at all.
Sort of a neigh in the background there for a horse.
So a series of cacophonous whinnies.
biscuits. Oh, I can't think of what they are. But if you want them,
Thank you.
Virtual copy today.
But hey, the story of Plowman defeating an army of dwarves by himself single-handedly does spread from that night onwards.
Amazing.
Even told by the dwarves.
I might add that as the night progresses, he continues to drink with the dwarves and compliments every single one of them on their either hard head and how much it hurt his fists, or their hard fists and how much it hurt his head.
And they provide you and the tent with barrels of dwarven brandy.
Oof. There's a fire hazard if ever I saw one.
So not only do you have fermented milk to go with, you have dwarven brandy. Well, probably
Good grief.
30 plus years of aging.
A good vintage.
I can feel the hangover already.
Well, it's their trade vintage, not their good vintage. When you can live for hundreds of years, having a vintage as old as them is considered a good vintage.
But it's alright, we're dumb humans, we don't know any better.
Living for hundreds of years. Get on my level.
My reception's going to be a little bit sketchy for a touch.
That's okay. So Plowman will be spending time in revelry and enjoying himself until he's tasked with something to go off and do. I'm assuming that's correct?
Yes. Yeah, but even though he said not to drink and he wasn't planning on drinking, he forgets that after the dwarves.
That's okay. None of his followers drink, as they all take care of the fallout.
Good.
So it becomes a thing of legend, the Plowman versus the 200. And you do see them, even the dwarves start to sing a tale of the combat. And they pledge the Brothers of the Bolt pledge that
I'm using the song story for critical right.
even though he's about 3 years behind.
It's fine.
Kuroi's going to have to catch up a little bit. Okay, so they offer to Plowman 20 of their numbers to assist with your clan.
Oh damn. Plowman very politely refuses and says, "One day, my friends, I will call upon you for your assistance, but until then, the only thing I ask of you is that you live the greatest of all the lives." Dig deep and fight hard.
Well, you do hear from them during their drinking binge that they're here to help the Ethengarians learn to kill mages, because their speciality is fighting spellcasters. As she sort of fades out into the background.
He did say he was in it.
I've returned.
You have returned, so you heard that they said that their speciality is defeating spellcasters.
Nice. No, I didn't. All I got was, did you get my response?
I did not.
Okay. I'm not sure what you got, but essentially he very politely refused to decline finds their help and says, one day I will call for you, my friends. I will have a call for assistance from you, my friends. Until then, the only thanks I ask of you, the only reward I ask of you is for you to live the greatest of dwarven lives, dig deep and fight hard.
They raise more drinks to you as they sort of pass out, having drunken
Nice.
more milk than they are used to.
Nice.
Good, more brandy for me. Lightweights.
Okay. So,
Plyman stumbles over to his gnomish friend, and says, you know, for such a small creature, you can drink. It's very impressive.
I am a legendary imbiber and I'm not small. I'm well over 3 feet 11.
Well, you are a midget. You are tiny. You need to start to understand it.
Very touchy about that, actually.
That's fine. Welcome to Effingham.
The milk is good. The fighting's good.
Yes, if only the company of nuns was better.
while you're there, you are greeted by a bunch of Yakas tribesmen who come to congratulate you, and they say that they'll seek your guidance in council as part of the Bloodseekers.
What are the Bloodseekers?
They are fanatical people devoted to slaying members of the Tajid tribe.
Okay. Are they seeking to fight off the Bloodseekers?
No, they are the Bloodseekers. The Bloodseekers are the fanatics, and they want to wipe out another tribe.
Okay. Great. Politics, just what I always wanted. Lyman respectfully bows and says, after the revelry is over, I would be glad to meet with my great friends.
Once they leave, a couple of two twins come over.
To what, sorry?
Two twins. You can tell them by their silver-coloured hair.
Ah, the Buffy boys! Good evening.
One of them just laughs because she's obviously female, but she likes your joke.
That was a joke.
As far as Plarman goes, I'm sure that was one of his favourite jokes.
I've got more jokes than that.
Lyman looks to the gnome. Look, they're step people. They're bookie. They're the Navy people. You know?
They're known as the Silver Dragon.
Yes. People. I thought they were the Silver Knights, but you know, whatever.
The Silver Dragon. Even though there's two of them.
The Silver Dragons.
Silver Dragons.
They both have silver knives on their belts.
Are they both female or is one male?
Just one female, one male, but they do look almost identical.
I heard the Great Khan told you to do me a few favors, and I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, they just shrug and going, I'm sure you can live up to the hype.
I doubt it, but please don't kill me.
Only while you're sleeping, they say as they walk away chuckling.
What a terrible death, that's so boring, at least kill me in front of me next time, or whenever that...
And after they leave, you do see that there's a dwarf staring at you intently while rubbing something.
Oh dear, that's embarrassing.
Barman looks at the gnome before he notices the dwarf and says, "You know, I'm really attracted to one of them, and I don't know which one it is."
One of the dwarves, the one who's
Oh.
rubbing something.
Oh God, what are you rubbing?
Seems to be some sort of skull.
Oh.
And he's rubbing it intently while staring at you.
Are you? What can I do for you, my stout friend?
Oh, he turns around the skull to show you it. He has been carving into it with a small chisel attached to his thumb your likeness.
That's creepy.
That's creepy. Yes, creepy. I agree. But it's just exceptional workmanship.
Oh, he says he's one of the artisans here supporting the Khan, but he thought he would commemorate this fine night with your likeness. So he may show others and create mini prints.
Excellent.
And he goes back to rubbing the skull.
I'm very happy you did that. Please stay away from me, weirdo. I'm glad you didn't hear that. That guy scares me. Dwarves are weird.
And short.
So are you.
If this carries on much longer, I won't fight for you when they come to kill you.
Well, fight me anyway. Fight for me anyway.
Well, I might do. Your son's a great drinker, and anyone who can raise such a great drinker, I've got some grudging respect for.
Yeah, well, I mean, another way to look at it is, while you're around me, you're probably drink for free out here. So, I mean, there's that.
Well, that's why I would want to keep you alive.
Right. Cool. Please don't let that dwarf murder me in my sleep and turn me into a carpet.
Well, it was a human skull he was carving it into.
As long as it's not me.
I've got your back, don't worry. I'm keeping an eye on that stalker.
So you've got his back, you're keeping a piece of it over here, just nice and safe, so if he does die, you can resurrect him later.
Yeah. Bit of his DNA. He's, I'm pretty sure that dwarf's name is Stan.
Anything more to go with there?
Sorry, I just have to concentrate for a second, guys.
All good. So yes, you've met the main supporters of the court. Luckily for you, you haven't met the detractors of the court, because then you'd probably have someone to kill.
I mean, that would be a terrible thing.
Yeah, but they normally don't reveal themselves to new people.
That's okay. They still die.
What is
If
this
it leaves, we
obsession
kill
you
it.
have with
Two
killing?
predator references in one session.
What is this obsession you have with killing people, Parman?
Come on. How do you think I got to where I am? The Ethingarian way is a very harsh way, full of death, life, and death.
And more life, and then more death.
Yeah, like life comes and we turn it into death sometimes.
And then the sun sets and
Yeah,
they start all
even-
over again.
Even the great horses, the greys, they begin with life and eventually they die and become food. But every now and again, some idiot Hellenic moron shows up, and I get to do what I do best.
You don't like the Hellenic Knights?
You're literally drinking from the skull of a Hellenic Knight.
One paladin to another.
It is tradition that whenever Hellenic knights show up, we show them some Efengarian hospitality. You know, we give them a drink, if you will.
Yeah, I've heard of the Efengarian hospitality. We all know about the Efengarian kiss.
I don't know what that is, and I don't think I want to know either.
You hear someone whisper in your ear that you don't see. Maybe you'll find out one night while you're sleeping.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, great warrior spirit.
That doesn't sound like a great death.
Sounds like old death.
That doesn't sound like a grand death.
Well, not all prophecies come true. Some have to be earned.
Anyway, so you're talking about my session with Gila. Look, I am a very simple man. I have grown up a warrior. I'm not a farmer. I'm not a breeder of horses. I was grown and raised to be a warrior, a killer, a soldier. Occasionally I get lucky and I don't have to do that, but I am a noble. I was raised a noble. And in Efengard, nobles lead all of their people to battle. So killing is what I do. I don't really do much else.
A raven appears out of nowhere in the middle of the tent and says, Plum has been summoned to Bakalugu. And then it disappears.
I'm surprised the crow, I'm surprised the raven can even pronounce that. Anyway, hey Rat, come on, let's go for a walk.
Okay. I'll just dip this skull into this barrel of brandy as we leave.
Mm-hmm.
No worries, don't mind the dwarves. They, you can stand them and they won't care.
You have a mug, a skull full of brandy as you go out. You see there is a new tent in the middle of the walkway. Everyone seems to be avoiding it. It's where most of the tents are tan or brown or white. This one's just black.
Oh, right. You know what? You can come. You want to know things, don't you?
Of course.
And you know this is the yurt of Bakalugu the Destroyer, the most feared Pokemon of the Efengarians, because this one has been known to kill hundreds with a single spell.
I too am afraid of Pokemon. Plum enters the tent. Yes. Yeah.
I'll go with him.
So as you enter into the tent, you see the tent rise up before you, until you realize you're quite small inside what was a tiny tent that's now this palatial palace that you're in, with many tiers.
Okay, who's going to be the nerd to say it? No one? No one? It's bigger on the inside? Okay.
It is bigger on the inside.
Yep, cool, thank you.
You mean you're going to say, look at the size of that thing? Doesn't that count as well?
Not unless you're staring at my crotch. Plum looks inside and is just so disappointed. He looks at the gnome and says, "Welcome to Weird Death and Guardian Magic. It's very hot."
Yeah, each level is full with hundreds of goblin skulls.
Goblin skulls. Goblin Slayer. Good time for me to remember I'm a gnome.
I thought I'd point that out there to you. And you hear a terrifying voice say, "Greeting, Plowman."
Hello.
What does the Lord of Horses have to say for himself?
Well, he'd like to know why he's here, and also, have you shown up to kill me?
If I'd shown up to kill you, you'd already be dead.
Yes. I don't have anything to say.
I do.
He says, the old guy turns and looks at you. For a Ethangarian, he looks ancient. You have not seen any of the local Ethangarians look his age.
How old do I think he is?
Oh, probably about 60 odd, compared to all the others who seem to be in their 30s to 40s.
Lyman's in his 20s.
Yeah, Wellman's in his prime.
His early 20s.
I'm only about 50 or 60, but that's...
I thought Plumber would be at least 25, considering it's 10 years since the game started.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I didn't realise that. Cool, 25 it is.
So, introduce yourself, please.
I am Bakalagu, the Destroyer, Harkonnen of the Karameikos,
That's quite a name.
and Destroyer of the Ghostly Goblins.
So you don't like them.
Oh no, I love goblins, I collect them. He starts naming all the goblins that he's got as skulls. Family lineage, everything.
Yes, Parliament interrupts him. Yes, we know. You killed the little green things very well.
Yes.
Business
Why have you summoned me?
I have summoned you because, well, you're the new lord and I want to see what I'm dealing with.
Oh, you have eyes, don't you? Here I am. Hello.
So not much then, he says.
So you say.
Well, you don't seem very political to me.
I'm not.
Then he
I'm a
sticks,
warrior to lead men into battle.
he sticks his hand out to you and says, well met then, warrior of the Ethangarians.
I like this. Oh, what the hell. Marvin shakes his hand.
Okay, you do shake his hand. It feels like dried paper. Very chalky, sort of papery sort of hand. You sort of think if you sneeze, you could probably break it.
You know, recently I've been traveling with a number of users of magic. And most Ethangari, we both know most Ethangari is not very fond of the shiny spell stuff. I have grown to appreciate magic recently. It has been incredible.
In that case, then, Plarman of the Goronovs, if you need of him, just call. He's sure he could be of assistance at least once in your life before the end.
Ha! Who's not a diplomat now, shithead?
Now, Bakaraka, tell me how come it's much bigger on the inside.
It's a yurt, he says.
But they're not. It's small on the outside.
So are you, he says.
Yes, but I'm large on the inside.
Just like the yurt. The yurt has more in common with you than it does with him.
True.
So, the gnome is a yurt.
The Bakalagu does wink in your direction and going, yes, I'm sure the gnome is a yurt. Bigger on the inside.
Yes.
Look at how much alcohol she drank in the last 4 days.
Have you been stalked?
You know, I was going to say, it was kind of impressive.
And still not passed out.
Never pass out.
Yes.
The secret is to keep drinking.
I can't argue with such wisdom.
Says, and be prepared, you will be meeting with all the great Khans this day.
Oh, really?
Well, you've met the greatest of Khans, and now you'd have to meet all the other Khans. The lesser Khans. The mini
So how
Khans.
many of them want me dead?
Well, probably most of them, but hey, that's their bad luck.
How many can I afford to kill?
Depends how much restitution do you want to pay.
None, to be honest.
Then none.
I would rather just take their lands.
Considering the lands are assigned to them by the Khan, the Great Khan, you'd have to get the Great Khan to give you their lands.
It's okay, I can count lunch at the moment. I get there. Sure. Oh, okay. Why am I... Well, what are they going to say to me?
That they will tell you. You are a now player in court, so they are coming to see what the new player has to say.
I hate this. I hate it a lot.
I hate it too. Is there nothing we can do to get out of that?
You could leave. You could renounce your claim on your clan name. Renounce your claim on your horses.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Then unfortunately you can't get away from it. Even if you become a Khan of Khans, politics will always be your life from this point onwards.
Fine, I'll do it, but I'm going to complain about it the whole time.
Then you wouldn't be a Hungarian otherwise.
Nice. Alright, are we doing it now? Do we have to meet him now?
Ensure that they will be coming to you, to your tent to greet you from this point onwards. So he recommends waiting at your tent, otherwise they might grab you at the least opportune moment.
Like all at once or individually?
He doesn't care. His job's done, he's given you a warning.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, cool. Alright, you keep the magic, friends, and killing goblins. It's what you do it well.
Don't worry, I get rid of troublesome barbarians as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be sure to let the next barbarian know. No.
But aren't you a barbarian?
Yes.
Oh, I was just thinking that, ended up saying it. Sorry.
Okay, stepping out of the tent,
Yes.
the yurt, you turn around and the yurt's gone.
That tent was not.
Yeah.
That's nearly as creepy as that dwarf carving your face into a skull.
And on
That's weird.
on the other side of the clearing where the yurt used to be, you see the same dwarf carving into the skull.
Oh, damn it, no way, you're weird. But cool. I don't know. You creep me out.
Off you go, Stan.
You're gonna play some crappy movies.
Okay, so yes, as you reach your yurt, you find Batu Khan waiting for you. Khan of the Bortaks.
Well, Matt Batuk, please join me in my yurt.
He nods to you and says, after you, Plumman.
Sure. By the way, my friend, my good companion, Brad, is joining us. Plumman walks in.
Okay. He comes in behind you, and he looks more like a oversized beach ball with legs.
Yes, cool.
His face is puffy, and he has a carefully oiled mustache.
Yes, that's it. I remember this whole time. Do you want to kill me or do you want to help me?
No, I don't want to eat you right now, he says.
I never said eat. You should probably go and die.
Well, I was here to meet you. That was right, I was here to meet you, not eat you.
Yes. Oh, okay. Good breeding program in your plan, I see.
You recognize him as being someone who was a year behind you in training.
Yes.
Obviously, the smarter ones in his clan died.
Yes. I see you have risen to God.
He pats his pudginess and says, "Yes, this is all from hard work and hard work."
Yes, it appears that way.
He holds out his hand to you and says, he greets you from the Baru clan and wishes you great wealth and prosperity. And then he pauses and says, No, that was the Batu clan, not the Baru clan. Gotta remember, Batu, not Baru.
I have this trouble.
Yes.
Forgetting I'm a gnome.
He takes his hand and shakes it very gingerly so as not to hurt him.
He seems to have quite a good strength to him. Almost your level of strength.
Cool.
Just seems to be as bright as a post.
So he's as sticky as his stick.
You probably think your dad might have a chance of outwitting him.
Yeah, right. Well met, my friend. It is greatly appreciated that two of all people should come and see me first.
Well, he wanted to make sure he was first, and now that he's met you, he sort of stands up and sort of looks confused as which way's out.
Plumman gestures to the literally brutally obvious tent flap.
Oh, he thanks you greatly, and then walks into the side of the tent.
Plumman looks to Rat questioningly.
What is that under his nose?
That is called a mustache.
But he was greasing it or something.
Yes. Some of them will take the grease of goblins, orcs, sometimes even men, and condense it down so that it helps you style the mustache.
Well, I've never seen this. Some of us,
Welcome to Ethica.
a strange place indeed.
Yes, that man is not a great example.
Then you have announced outside, the Khan Shagatai wishes to see the new, where is that name I was looking for? The new Akan Plamen.
Plumman stands and says, "Speak friend and enter." No, come in. Come.
Okay, you see what appears to be a guy in his 50s who looks like he's a bodybuilder.
Nice. Plumman bows to him.
He nods in your direction. You have heard many tales of this guy's prowess on the battlefield.
Nice.
He is one of the great heroes of the steppes.
Plumman says, "Truly it is a great honor to finally meet you."
He greets you and says he has kept an eye on your progress and he is looking forward to see what you can do for the clans.
Not nearly anything quite as great as you, my friend.
He expects you to do better.
I could not even hope to achieve anything that you have.
He laughs and says everyone achieves greatness in their own time.
Yes, some more than others, I guess.
He has just been lucky.
And undefeated.
Well, he's been defeated a few times.
Really?
That's how he got married. His wife beat him.
I am very impressed.
Well, he didn't want to win. He didn't want to harm that.
Oh. And such a great wife you ended up with, too.
Smarter than him by far, he says.
Yes. Also, have you met my mother? I'm sure they would get along.
They do. They know each other.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Oh.
He says that they are related.
Well, that would make sense.
Smart women. Gotta love them.
Always the best kind.
He will let you know when.
Not always the most fun, though.
He will let you know when he has a job for you.
I would be proud to associate with you. Oh, great company. Not great company, just company.
Yes, Khan does not make someone great. As you told from the one who saw before me.
Yeah, what happened there? What happened to his older brothers?
They died, unfortunately, in their sleep.
That is awful.
That's tragic.
Apparently they were smothered.
What? By their fat younger brother?
Quite possibly.
I would say so.
That reminds me so
Unless
much
those
of mine.
silver... Unless the silver dragon said something. In which case, yeah, what are you going to do?
That reminds me so much of my mother. Her first husband died because he ate poison mushrooms, and her second husband died because he ate poison mushrooms. Her third husband died from a fractured skull. He didn't like mushrooms.
It says, don't worry, the master engineer, Gimlock, has said he will have your likeness carved in a skull for all to admire by the end of the day.
I thought his name was Stan.
Hey, you're talking about Sam. Is it him or is that guy a bit creepy?
Well, he's paying attention to you and rubbing a skull, so that's up to you how you take it.
That's a bit creepy.
But he is long-term friend of the Great Khan.
Yes. Okay, great.
I've always
Great
said
Khan.
good things about Stan. I've always thought he was a great guy.
And with over 250 years behind him, he's not a young one.
For dwarf standards, that's pretty old. Of course, if he was a goblin, he'd just still be a child.
Not much. Why do you know what? Never mind. Not much of a talker, that Stan guy.
Oh no, he's a thinker.
Yes. Apparently so. Anyway, it has been a great honor to meet you.
Okay, he shakes your hand as he leaves.
And chuck it.
So that's 2. That's enough, surely. I mean, this is boring.
I know I hate it so much.
And yet you're so good at it.
And then the flap opens up as you see Haji Khan strut into the tent. Yurt.
Yes, enter, obviously.
And he does a fist pump and saying, "Undefeated."
Yeah, I'm undefeated. Hello. Fist bump.
Well, you do know that anyone who challenges him generally ends up dead.
Yes, keep it safe. That's what we're doing right now. Stay away from me, weirdo.
I'm here to see what the new Lord's all about, he says. Are you here to fight? Are you here to lead? Are you here to just look pretty and stand there?
Do I look pretty to you?
He looks you up and down and goes, "Actually, yeah, you do." Gives you a wink.
Oh, thank you for the great compliment, but that's not what I'm here.
I think you're pretty ugly.
I think you're pretty short. Shut up.
I do like your nice clean clothes.
Shut up.
So, of all the people you know, this is the only guy who's got a higher goblin head count than the spellcaster.
Right. To answer your question, before today I didn't know I was going to be an account, so I don't know. You can just clean it out as I go.
He shrugs and goes, "At least I see what you look like now. You're a little shiny for me.
I'm glad to hear it.
You need a little more combat on horses for me to, look down to you."
I hate you so much.
He grins at you as he struts out.
Go away and never come back.
Hey, why do you keep saying things about goblins?
And then you hear a large booming voice calling out your name from outside.
It's your mother.
Yes, that's me.
Looking outside, you see a 6-foot-tall Ethingarian, completely covered in scars, head to toe. And
Why the great steps, your poor wife and horse.
And you
Are they the same
recognize
thing?
him as Hulagu Khan of the Uyghurs. He is your Overkhan. And he just winks at your insult and says, "You should know, that yours have to look at you, but oh yeah, that's right, you don't have any."
What, wives? No. Children, yes.
Yes, you need more wives. But hey, none of them have sought to capture you in the night, so I don't think you're that desirable.
Yes, but unlike you, I want my wives to be able to see and not be blind as obviously they are to be with you.
He laughs greatly at it and gives you a punch in the shoulder that staggers you.
Shit. Ow.
You're not quite sure, but he may have broken something.
Oh well, I'm good. Nothing's wrong here.
Yes, this guy is so tall, he barely fits on any of the horses.
Gosh. You poor horse, honestly. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm here. So good to see you. How is home going? Like, have the knights come in recently?
He says, "Well, things have come in quite well, thanks to you being given more of an honorary clan status. You have helped his holdings increase, so he's quite proud of your work. Don't die. Maybe he'll get more honors before the end of the year."
I can't wait to take it from you, but what I was actually talking about, the Hellenic Knights, have they come down from the north?
Not this year so far.
Good.
You seem to have given them a bloody nose last year.
I'm glad. I can't wait to take it to them.
There are plans. That's why he wants you to stay alive, because he's setting things in motion that may take a year or so to finalize.
I'm so glad to hear that. You got tying your shoes.
He's slowly getting the other clans on board.
Excellent.
If not, he'll just keep removing the clan heads until they do.
Ah, you killed the boys and put the fat dumb one in.
Well, he's agreed to fight the heretics to the north.
You know, oh, he's really dumb.
He knows.
Hold on.
Okay, so you are then greeted by Conchi before he leaves. She is the head shaman of the clans.
Sorry, this is just going to be a loud noise for a second. Punchy. Bombing bows to the head shaman.
She is shaman of the Yamutu, the yurt dweller.
That's right, she's shaming that flaming.
And she hits you on the back of the head with her staff and says, "Blessings in the name of Yamatu."
I'm about to bless you in the city.
She says, well, it's her job as teacher to make sure those not quite bright enough get a little more sense knocked into them.
Thank you. Teach me so much. I can't wait.
She smacks you on the back of the head again with the staff.
Damn it, woman!
You asked for it.
You're right, I did.
It's the seek of knowledge.
I always knew you'd be hitting on me one day.
She does laugh and says she's already married. But hey, if you want to challenge her husband, she doesn't mind.
Who is your husband?
The great Khan of Khans.
Ah, Wayne!
No, he's quite nimble.
I don't want to know. Please stop.
And then she describes in immense detail the previous night's celebrations.
Oh gosh, go away! No, stop! I hope you get eaten by badgers.
I'm sure I won't, she says.
Yes. Of course, the shaman would never suspect anything of that terrible nature would happen to them, because they would see it coming.
Not always. Most of them are as dumb as a post, she says.
Uh-huh. Let's hope for the smart one.
No, she is the smartest, that's why she's in charge.
I'm talking about you. Anyway, what do you want? Is there anything I can do for you? Do you have any blessings?
Yes.
Aren't hitting me over the head.
Well, no then. All her blessings require
Okay.
striking the part that needs the blessing the most.
Thanks. I appreciate your honest evaluation and assessment.
Well, anything that the Earth Mother requires, she delivers.
Uh-huh. Do you have anything to tell me? Any wisdom to impart?
Yes, come next spring you'll probably have a couple more kids after your wild night of revelry.
I'm not surprised. I can't remember what happened.
Well, apparently there's a dwarf who took carvings.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What? Whatever. I'm sure it'll be tough.
Well, it was the wild night of the 200 pummelings. And I'm sure that there were dwarves involved. But she's also here to tell you that you have become a favourite of the Khan, and he would like to see you rise up to become a Khan in your own right.
Yeah, so would I. I would like to see myself rise up to the Khan of Khans, but that might take some time.
She thinks a bit and goes, not as long as you'd expect.
I am disturbingly not very happy to hear that.
Just watch out for the Khan's mount. She bites.
Yes. You mean you?
No, Grundy, the saber-toothed cat.
Good grief.
No, Grundy.
That's-
It's not good grief, it's Grundy. He would, but the cat is such a formidable opponent in its own right that it's become a symbol of the Khan himself.
Sounds a bit lame.
The cat is basically worth more in combat than most other horses.
Yes, most other horses. Not all.
She's sure that Regime would give it a run for its money.
I
That's-
could give
that's
you
a
a
lot.
run for your money.
You would, she says.
Hmm.
How far would you like to run?
Oh,
How about up to the mountain and back, she says. She points into the east.
sure, we can run up there, but we won't be back in a hurry.
Well, possibly. Are you any good in the lands of the dead?
I'm good everywhere.
In which case, then I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you don't need any special protection.
You're the one who
Hey,
can
Red!
protection if I get
Red,
you.
you should probably stop talking right now.
Wow.
I will throw you through the... You know what? It's not my problem. If you want to die, go nuts. You know what? Why do I even let you follow me? You're alright on a The rubbish airship. I've seen it once.
Apparently the gnome's your problem, she says as she leaves.
Yeah, I'd say no problem, but yeah, it's a no problem. Okay, bye.
Ah.
And she says, don't be surprised if one of the Khan's daughters doesn't come after you.
What, to bed me or to kill me? Or both?
She pauses for a moment. Is there a difference?
Not really, no.
She says then, well, have fun.
I am scared and kind of turned off. Anyway, no way, stop, okay, calm down. Don't hunt the priestess with the shaman.
But she was statuesque.
I know, she's also the concubine slash wife of the Khan of Khans who will eat you for breakfast.
Was that the grey?
And... Sorry?
Was that the grey Khan?
No, you idiot. Great Khan. Anyway, Simon looks up. Do we have any other people who would like to say hi? Preferably quickly. I don't know.
Apparently most of the others have been scared off by the High Priestess showing up.
Yeah, either that or the gnome.
But you do have a quiet man, not much older than yourself. His mustache doesn't seem to be oiled at all, but it is very much a dangly mustache. He greets you and says his name is Temur Khan. He greets you and hopes that you can help him murder more of those Galantrian wizards who have caused him much headaches over the years.
What have they been doing?
Killing Ethengarians. That seems to be their pastime. They have turned a bunch of them into zombie and skeletal slaves to use for their magical devices.
You know, I have met some Galantrian wizards, and they were awful.
So you agree we should wipe them out, all of them?
I don't know. Look, that seems very political. That seems like a very politically baited question, my friend. But look, if we go to war, then I will definitely pay attention to what's going on.
Doesn't have to be war. We can just go in and murder a lot of them. No one will notice.
Yeah, that's war, my friend. They will notice, and then they will come back for us, and then protracted, complicated combat, conflict. Whole bunch of consequences. Maybe in such a thing, you should potentially look to the Great Khan.
Well, I have, but he says not yet. And you seem to be more of the warlike person, so I thought I'd ask you.
Oh, I'm awfully fond of war, and killing and fighting. But if there's one thing I've learned is that if the Khan of Khan wants something, the Khan of Khan gets something, even if I don't want to give it to them.
True. So you obviously learned politics quite well.
He's very good at it.
No, I just really don't want to be dead.
He bows to your knowledge of politics and wishes to learn more from you as time goes past.
What the hell just that?
He would make a great teacher. He's very good at politics and keeping his clothes clean.
I hate you all so much.
He wishes you the best of luck with your time in court, however bright and shining it might be.
Well, don't go invading Galantry on a whim. It will come back and bite you.
Well, it has each time he's tried.
Stop doing that then!
He does it every year. It's his tradition. He's just trying to get more bodies to go with him.
No. I'm not doing that. Not unless the Khan says so.
Well, I'm a Khan, and I said so. Does that count?
No.
Would you like to be a Khan and say so? I'm sure you can call yourself a Khan and say so.
Stop. Stop talking English, please. I appreciate your visit.
He gives you a deep bow as he leaves. He's enjoyed fencing with you, sir. And again, you're undefeated.
That guy's weird.
He was strange.
I think he probably carved skulls as well.
I think he probably was a friend of Stan.
Yes. He created skull carvers. Anyway. Is anyone else coming? Anyone?
Okay, you turn around and inside the tent already is Oaktai Khan.
Is there no one else?
You probably shouldn't do that, old guy. It's a bit rude.
He is Khan of the Tajists.
Kind of the what, sorry?
Tajists. One of the most hated clans of the steppes.
Well, hello. Welcome.
He greets you with a rumbly voice.
Did you eat gravel this morning, or do you just sound like that all the time?
He rumbles all the time.
Okay.
He was cursed by a Butak many years ago as a child. And sounds like he chews granite as his morning ritual.
Sounds pleasant. You should see a dentist.
He pauses and says, "What's a dentist?"
I'm not surprised you don't know what that is. Tell me, what's gonna con so universally loved as yourself do? What can I do for you anyway? Hello.
He was wanting to find out what your intention to the Tajists are. Are you an enemy of the Tajists, or are you a friend?
I don't know if I'm either, to be honest. I didn't even know I was going to be in a con until today. But, if you have not been aggressive to me, or to Etikar, to the Uyghurs as better people, well, I have no problem with you. Oh yeah, definitely.
In which case, he sees no reason for him to send assassins after you.
I mean, you could send them after me, I could use a good fight, but make sure they want to fight me instead of just murder me in my sleep.
He says, "Sleep is where most assassins strike."
I know,
Because
it's
most
so
of them
boring.
are undefeated.
The coward's way.
Yeah,
By the
but it's
way,
boring. Don't send assassins to kill me at night. At least, send a few warriors, something fun.
You sure he can arrange some idiots to send your way?
Thank you. But anyway, to the point. As long as you do me no harm, as long as you do Uyghurs no harm, then I have no problem with you. Not yet, but yeah, potentially don't be a dick.
He grasps your arm quite strongly and says he will see to it that you have a interesting time.
Thanks. Okay, bye. Don't let the tent flap hit you on the arse on the way out.
And you see him step through the side of the tent.
did that guy
Don't do that.
have a lump of granite in his pocket, or was he just pleased to see me? I didn't
I
trust
don't
him.
know what. I was not looking to scratch it. Well, of course you don't trust him. He's him. No one trusts him. No one likes him. I'm not. What happened to the tent? Flyman goes and investigates where he went through the tent.
There doesn't seem to be any hole there whatsoever.
Oh, what the heck?
Some dark
That's
magics.
interesting. Oh, shut up. What are you anyway?
I know.
I don't know that. What do you do? What's your job? What do you specialize in?
My job is
Drinking.
basically drinking and busting the heads of undead creatures, which I despise.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. Do you have any medical skills?
I have some ability with the arcane arts.
Arcane? I don't want arcane.
Not
Fine. I think my shoulder's broken.
divine arts. I mean, mostly.
Oh, that's good.
I'm capable of helping people who have been injured on the battlefield and the like, and yes, I have some skill in the arts.
Well, give me some of that good stuff. I think my shoulder's broken.
You're broken.
Shoulder broken.
Oh, you think so?
You haven't noticed it's been dangling down? Old man over here, broken shoulder.
Yeah, it was quite a punch.
That hurt like hell. Fix it.
Just you born in a hurry?
Yes.
There is also a call out from his mum outside the tent saying, yes, he didn't want to stop. He popped out running and kept going.
Stop me now. How about that? I popped out and jumped on a horse and started riding, right? That's what happened? Yes, I thought so.
She's sure you popped out on a horse.
So
Yes.
I can lay my hands on you and
I don't like it when you say that.
you'll feel. If you bring me a chair, I will lay my hands. I will
Only
lay
gentle
my hands
cupping, I'm
on
sure.
your shoulder.
Only gentle cupping, I'm sure.
Yeah, it will be. You will feel remarkable afterwards after my massage.
I am concerned. But, okay, look.
So
Here, have a throat and push.
Heal as many points of damage as he took in the palm.
Okay, you feel the shoulder sort of bend back into place. With a loud popping sound.
That was sickening.
That's okay, you don't provide any anesthetic when you do it, you're perfectly fine. You didn't hurt one bit while you put it back into place.
Exactly.
That sounds like a lot.
And you find your arm now moves perfectly fine, even though it does twinge a little.
Ah. Well, thank you. Anyway, Mother, is there anyone else coming?
Yes, it seems to be the daughter of the Khan, Katolis, here to see you.
Oh, jeez. God.
Time for me to leave.
Apparently she wants to discuss politics with you.
Yes, I'm sure that's what she wants me to discuss. Alright, send her in, I guess.
Okay, you see a 17-year-old beauty of the court walk into the tent. So she's muscly, she's got probably about 10 daggers on her, probably has 2 swords strapped on her as well.
Climate's interested.
Well, all the women of the court are warriors.
Oh, Climate's interesting. He stands and welcomes himself.
Okay, so as it is after 10 at this point, I will say we fade to end scene as you have discussions with Katolis.
I can take my leave. I'll discreetly take my leave of the tent and head for the bar.
Yes, discussions.
As you see 10 of Plowman's new soldiers all standing guard around the tent, stopping anyone else getting close.
I feel here well enough protected. They're probably not as efficient at fighting as me, but they'll have to do. I'm headed for the bar. I'm getting thirsty. My skull of brandy has expired.
And you are greeted by Gimluck, the horse warrior dwarf, who's still carving the skull in Plowman's image.
Stan, come for a drink, Stan.
He's happily to share drinking with you while he rubs his skull.
Can we drink out of that skull?
Not finished yet.
Come on. Time for a drink.
Well, at least you know he talks.
And he says he can tell you many a good story.
I'd love to hear them. I'd love to start with the story of why you rub skulls in this way.
He shows you the artwork he's doing on the skull.
Ooh, it's nearly as horrific as he looks in real life.
Got to capture the moment, he says.
You've captured it.
So yes, you have been given many honorifics, including a visit from one of the chieftain's daughters. I'm sure that can't end badly.
Well, in the words of Xander Cage from Triple X, the things I'm going to do for my country.
Well, thank you very much for making it tonight. Hopefully the rest of your driving is safe.
Unlikely. I am driving after all.
And hopefully we get everyone back for next session.
That would be lovely, especially Jeremy and his shitty time.
And Bradshaw, because I do like taking the piss out of Bradshaw.
So like I said, you'll fit in well with Plummy.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, who likes to lord it over him as well.
Poor thing is, Bradshaw himself doesn't notice everyone lording it over him, but he's enjoying it immensely. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to end credits, so thank you very much, David.
Thank you. Have a good night. Pleasure as always. See you Friday. Nice to meet you. Go with God. Jesus loves you all. Apparently.
See you Friday.
Okay.
Bye.